Hello guys, I'm going to share another video, and today in this video I'm going to be predicting the 2024 Japanese football scene of the Brucey on this channel. You know that I'm Brucey with Finn. Well, this week he isn't able to be here, but I still have his predictions, so I'll read them out, and every single week we do a predictions video, and we keep the scores for how many predictions we actually get. Goal white. Last week was Australia. Now we've already done a video sort of talking about the Australian goal and reacting it. It'll be in the top right corner of the screen if you want to go and see this one, that one. I mean, in terms of points for how the points are looking, I'm currently on 7 points, and Finn is on 2 points. I got 2 points last week. Pole for Verstappen, but then amazingly somehow he did not win the race. He DNF. But the other point I got was Leclerc in second place, and then Finn got the point for pole for Verstappen. So he basically got the easy ones right and got all the hard ones wrong. But yeah, so we already talked about that in our videos, so you can go and see that one if you want. But yeah, into Japan this weekend. It's going to be an exciting race. So I think I'm going to start with my predictions then. Okay, so for the race win, I have gone for Max Verstappen, and I think that's pretty obvious to be fair. Like, even though he did DNF last week, like, if he was to DNF in 2 races in a row, that would actually be, like, that's impossible with Verstappen. Even though he did DNF in last race, like, we gotta keep going with Verstappen. And there's not much more. Like, it's not like I want to go Verstappen every week, but I need to get the points, and let's be honest, we all think that's gonna happen. If that doesn't happen, it's a good race. If it does happen, it's just a normal F1 race. So we'll move on quickly from that. I'll read out all my predictions first, and then I will go on to Friends. And in second place, I have gone for Carlos Sainz, who, oh boy, delivered in last week's Australian Grand Prix, taking home first win for Ferrari this season. He's been excellent this season, and I know it's only been 3 races, and he didn't even race in Saudi Arabia, but he did excellent at Bahrain, and then won in Australia. He's second in the Drivers' Championship. He would be leading it if he would have raced in Saudi, and he would have just got points, but he's doing excellent right now, and he's better than Leclerc right now. That Australian race reaction video, we talked about that, is like, he's getting replaced by Ferrari, by Hamilton, but that he's arguably better than Leclerc, and he's getting better results at the moment. So I've gone for second place. I think it'll be a strong showing from Carlos Sainz, as it has been so far this season. And then going on to third place for me, I put Lando Norris, and I'm a McLaren fan here, so might have some bias, but Lando coming in with the P3 last week in Australia. McLaren have been very good around Japan to good track. It suits them. It's obviously earlier this year, and it's used to be towards the end of the season, but it's swapped places with Azerbaijan. So I think McLaren are going to do really well here. I think, this is not part of the predictions, but I think Piastri will probably become 4, maybe around there, battling with Leclerc and Perez. But third and fourth from McLaren last week was very good, and I think they can continue this run of form, and they're better than Aston Martin at the moment. Mercedes, well, get to them a bit later on, but they're not. They look absolutely horrible. Not as good as Ferrari at the moment. Obviously, they're close to Red Bull, but still, they're the third best team in the grid. And yeah, it's gonna be. I think he'll play maybe a bit of Carlos Sainz, maybe he could get second, but I think McLaren will happily take third place for Lando, because Leclerc's going to be battling up there, so and Perez, so it's really hard to get podiums. They'll be really happy with that. Now going on to pole positions, get this one open done quickly. Verstappen, even though of what we look like Ferrari are really quick this weekend, or McLaren, that Verstappen will get pole, I guarantee you Verstappen will get pole. Guaranteed. He will just, Red Bull will just come out, they'll hype down in Q1 and Q2 and then practice this, and then they'll make everybody think that it might not be a dominant Max Verstappen win, and then they come out and they produce that amazing lap in Q3 that nobody is beating, and they're going to get pole. It's going to be Max Verstappen, and he'll go on to dominate the race. So yeah, I put pole and Verstappen winning in every single race so far this season. I don't know if I'm ever going to put like another race winner. I know I said I would, but it's probably the most realistic thing, just put Verstappen. But I do think as last season, Ferrari might get some poles here and there. So now we're on it to the spin wheel, and if you don't know what this part is, there's a wheel with all 20 drivers on it, and we spin it, and whatever one it picks, we have to predict where they come, and the spin wheel has picked Charles Leclerc this weekend. So interesting. I said his teammate would get Carlos Sainz would get P2, and I could not drive to save my life. Yeah, I said Sainz would get P2. I think Leclerc is going to be either P4 or P5. I'm going to say P5. I say Piastri's going to be up. I say he's going to be battling with Piastri that 4th place, but I think he'll be down in 5th place. I say he'll be a bit annoyed that he couldn't attack that win, like really pushed for that win last weekend. He maybe could have got it, but Ferrari not really wanting them to the battle, so might be a bit down from that. But yeah, I think it's going to be battling. I think it's going to be a 3-car race, like Piastri, Perez, and Leclerc will battling for that 4th place. And I think Piastri will probably get 4th, Leclerc will get 5th, and Perez will get 6th. So now, time for the biggest surprise this weekend, and I have gone for the person I'm driving now, Yuki Tsunoda. His home race here in Japan, he has so many fans, and I think beat the cast up. I thought they were going to be a bit better than what they were, but in the first 2 races, but then in Australia they got some big points. I believe it was a P7. Let me just check. Yeah, so it was P7 in the end, getting 6 points for Visa Casap RB. Obviously Alonso getting that time penalty for the Brussels crash, so Tsunoda went up a place and did really well in Australia, and I think he can keep delivering, and he's putting the pressure on Ricciardo. Talked about it a bit in our Australian reaction video, but Ricciardo needs to pick up the pace. Like, I think he might get replaced by Liam Lawson. I say maybe a mid-season swap. Ricciardo's got to stop delivering, but in this phase here, I think it's going to be Tsunoda with another big points finish for the team, and I think that's going to be big and surprising, seeing as how far down Ricciardo is. I know Ricciardo sometimes took a while to get used to the car, but he needs to be doing better than this, and I think his teammates going to even be putting more pressure on him. So now, we used to have first DNF, but we've got rid of that, and we've gone for the biggest flop from now on, because the first DNF was sort of more luck. Like, it wasn't that more like predicting, it was just the really guess the randoms either, but for the biggest four, and I think Finn's with this day too, I've gone for Mercedes. Absolutely awful weekend last weekend in Australia. Both cars DNFing, again 0 points, and I think that's gonna be. I think they'll get points. Well, I think that Hamilton might get out of the points. I think he might get P12 or something, and Hamilton's not looking that comfortable in the car. He seems more. I think he's just excited to go to Ferrari, and he keeps complaining about the car, and I think he really cannot be bothered, to be honest. He did not season with Mercedes. I think he wants to go to Ferrari as quick as possible, get out of there, and I think Russell will get points, but not any big points. Maybe second for most. It's looking really bad for Mercedes, and I'm really interested to see if it continues to go bad for Mercedes, or if they can turn things around. But Russell has beaten Hamilton by a lot this season, and I just think Hamilton can't really be bothered, and all that for Finn last week with Hamilton P2 in Australia. What was he thinking? So I'm going to quickly go through Finn's predictions here. Now, we won't have his whole opinion on things, but but to get into it, he's gone Paul Verstappen, pretty obviously. Win Verstappen, and for the first time this season, he put Verstappen as a win last week, and he didn't win. So I liked him because he put Verstappen for a win this week too. It could maybe someone else win. But yeah, that's the two obvious ones out of the way. For P2, he put Lando Norris. So I put him P3. Famous put him a bit higher up in P2. He says that Lando P2 because we're kind of good in Suzuka and high-speed tracks, but in speed, which is why I put him for third place. But I'm just not feeling. I don't know. I don't think it will get that high up. I know there's so many Sainz is doing so well at the moment. Obviously, we have Perez in that other Red Bull, who it's not going to Verstappen, but that Red Bull is an absolute beast, so we can't forget about Perez. But yeah, he's gone for that. And then for third place, he's Carlos Sainz. So I put Lando third, Sainz second. He's put Lando second, Sainz third. So it's very similar between the two of us, just a little mixed up in the positions, but I can get why he's put Sainz pretty high up in general. And for Charles Leclerc and the spin wheel, he's also put in P5. So both put P5 for that. I beat them obviously because I put P5. And yeah, basically just going back to what I say, he's going to be battling with Piastri and all. The biggest surprise now. He's put for the biggest surprise, Albon getting points, and Albon has no points there, even though he literally stole his teammate's car so he could try to get points. Still didn't get points in Australia. So yeah, Albon to get points, pretty big surprise. To be fair, I did put Albon to get points last week in Australia, so I do count it as a big surprise because they haven't got any there. So, and the big teams are just so far away, like Aston Martin, and then the other teams are just so far ahead of the midfield teams. So there needs to be at least one big driver from the big teams out of the points for them to get a little team to get some points. But speaking of Haas are on a different level. Haas have been doing amazingly getting points. But yeah, going back to the Finn's predictions, for the biggest flop he's put Mercedes, same as me. We both put that because their packs, they've been awful, and it's going to be interesting. They need to turn this around, but things could even get even worse. Things could get worse for Mercedes. But yeah, that's it. Obviously, Finn wasn't here today, so I just had to say my opinions, and then a lot of my and Finn predictions seem a bit different. But yeah, it's going to be exciting this Grand Prix, and remember to check out after the race. We'll have to we will do a race reaction of Japan, and yeah, God knows what happens. I'm asking if Verstappen DNFs. If he DNFs in 2 races in a row, it'll be an absolute miracle. But yeah, it's going to be an early one. Race starts at 6, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.